Hey guys, Magnus Rower here, bringing you another Walking Dead comic character video. Today we will be looking at both Arnold and Lacey Greene, two of Herschel's many children. Of course, brother and sister to Sean, Maggie, Billy, Rachel, and Susie. Arnold is of course male, he is 21 years old and first appeared in Volume 2, Miles Behind Us. Lacey is of course female, she is 25 and also first appeared in Volume 2, Miles Behind Us. Before the outbreak, Lacey was born to her father Herschel Greene and of course his wife. She grew up with her brother Sean, but a few years later, Arnold was born too. They likely both lived in the city for a while as their parents ran a veterinarian business there. Through those years, Lacey and Arnold had more siblings join them. Billy and Maggie at first, and then Susie and Rachel. After the death of Arnold and Lacey's mother, the family packed up and moved from the city to Herschel's family farm. Both of them helping to tend the farm with their father and of course just help the general business of the farm. Lacey used to share a room with Maggie for comfort and to give Maggie a sense of safety. Arnold was just known to have a chip on his shoulder. When the outbreak began, they likely witnessed the aftermath of Sean's death, and it seems that Arnold and Lacey would have helped their father to put walkers in the barn, as it seems they're familiar with that task. In Volume 2, after Carl is rushed to be treated by Herschel after being shot by Otis, and of course Rick's group showing up at the farm too, after all that, Herschel introduces himself to Rick's group and he introduces both Lacey as his oldest daughter and Arnold as the one with the chip on his shoulder. Herschel takes them outside and introduces them to Otis and Patricia and asks Lacey to show Rick's group around the farm. Lacey is not too pleased but does as she's told, showing them the yard and then the backyard. Wow. Later, both Lacey and Arnold eat dinner with their family and Rick's group, listening to Rick tell Herschel how impressed he is. The next day, both Lacey and Arnold participate in Rick's shooting lessons, firing pistols at cans in order to learn how to shoot. Herschel objects to it, but when Rick goes to kill a walker, Herschel rushes over to save it, wanting to instead place it in the barn. He grabs it and instructs Lacey and Arnold to help him place it inside the barn, specifically to distract them. They rush off to the back of the barn so they can head to that sort of top half of the barn in an effort to obviously distract the current occupants of the barn, but Herschel opens the barn way too early, and the zombies inside bust down the doors, sending Herschel to the ground. Arnold calls out to his father and jumps down as Lacey looks scared and concerned. Arnold body slams a walker that's about to eat his father, and he then begins to savagely punch it, screaming, "No, not my father!" However, he misses the walker behind him, and that walker is, of course, his big brother Sean, who sadly bites into Arnold's neck, killing him. Lacey calls out for Arnold and jumps down after him as Sean begins to devour Arnold's body. Lacey is surrounded by walkers and screams no. Rick tries to save her, but it's too late, and Lacey is grabbed by numerous walkers and is devoured as she screams out in pain. Herschel swiftly then puts down Arnold, saying sorry whilst he does so, and then he turns the gun and puts down his daughter Lacey too. Both Arnold and Lacey are buried on the farm alongside their brother Sean. R.I.P. Lacey and Arnold Greene. Honestly, nothing characters. Absolute nothing burgers. They show up, they're in 2 issues, and they die pretty quickly. I was actually going to skip past these guys, but then because I'm kind of rereading the novels and like redoing the novels and making notes on the novels to kind of redo some of those extra characters, I thought I'd just get these guys out the way. Yeah. Apparently, Kirkman was originally going to have Lacey survive and Alan die in her place, but honestly, I wouldn't have cared either way. Alan doesn't really do that much either. Anyway, 0 characters, 0 arc, boring. Both Lacey and Arnold don't appear in the TV series. You could argue that Jimmy kind of takes their role in a way because of the fact that he helps Herschel put walkers in the barn, but honestly, that's about it. They're really just not adapted. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the 2 Greenes, and I'll see you in another month for the next Walking Dead comic character video. Or maybe it'll be 2 months, who knows. Goodbye.